Hello, everyone. Time to begin something which I'm thinking about because now that we have a new Monkey Island game coming out this year, the fact that they've been working on it for 2 years in complete secrecy and that we're going to get something this year, I figured, you know what? Let's do some Monkey Island. At least, I know in canon terms from Ron Gilbert, Monkey Island 1 and 2 are technically canon, and then 3, 4, and 5 are not, but in any case, the new game is supposed to continue off of 2. So I've been wanting to play these again. So let's begin this, shall we? Let's see. Game startup. Game start, please. There we are. Why did it crash? I got this working a couple of minutes ago. Escape requires a controller? Okay, I don't have a controller right now, but that's okay. Because I don't need a controller right now. There we go. Escape from Monkey Island requires a controller, huh? Alright. A video game controller, too. The old 16-bit graphics. The Island of Melee. Now, I can't remember. Is there a way of changing between the two? I'm sure I'll recognize it.
Hi, my name's Guybrush Threepwood, and I want to be a
pirate.
Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that.
I'm over this way.
Ah, well then, Thriftweed.
Threepwood. Guybrush Threepwood.
I see. So, you want to be a pirate, eh? You look more like a flooring inspector. But if you're serious about pirating, go talk to the pirate leaders. You'll find them in the scum bar.
Gosh, thanks. I'll do that. Bye now. I'm off to seek my fortune.
Good luck.
Where did you say those pirate leaders were?
The scum bar.
The scum bar.
Right. Thanks.
The script creation utility for Maniac Mansion bar. Buddy Rob. Alright, so this control, I remember seeing something about this. Just want to see, the controls are a little different. Cursor, primary select, default select is the right click. Dialogue selection, verb shortcuts is the mouse wheel. Control shows verbs, Alt shows inventory, V or I as well. Oh, and F10 for version hot swap. So if I want, there we go. There's our original game. Oh, does it re-elect Governor Marley? When there's only one candidate, there's only one choice. Now see if I hit F10. There we go.
Re-elect Governor Marley. When there's only one candidate, there's only one choice.
All right. Funny, I was trying to start using the WASD. That's not how this works here. It's just literally a point and click. Walk to cliffside, don't want to do that. But if I hit V for the verbs, there's all the verbs we can do. The standard 9 for scum, and the inventory, which has nothing in it. All right. There's the scum bar. Well, at least that was first puzzle solved. The music even stays in tune. That's well done. Walk to pirate.
I don't think it's wise to wake a sleeping pirate.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in town?
Look at this. The old graphics. And the new graphics. Oh, I love this back and forth. The music's going back and forth between the original music and the, I guess, remade version. Everything looks great. This isn't the one to ask about Loom. I wanted to put a little sticker on my character, so I had to ask me about Loom. I'll find him. I know he's in here somewhere. But yeah, look at that old graphic. Like they had, I guess you might say, photorealistic pirates back then. And now we've got stylistic pirates.
My name's Guybrush Threepwood. I'm new in town.
Guybrush Threepwood? That's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
Oh, really?
Well, what's your name?
My
Mancomb
name
Seepgood.
is Mancomb Seepgood. So, what brings you to Melee Island, anyway?
The trademark.
I want to be a pirate.
Oh, really? You should go talk to the important-looking pirates in the next room. They're pretty much in charge around here. They can tell you where to go and what to do.
Another game I want to play is Loom.
Where can I find the governor?
Governor Marley. Her mansion is on the other side of town. But pirates aren't as welcome around her place as they used to be.
I'm welcome everywhere I go.
Whatever you say, just watch out for those guard dogs. Uh-oh, looks like my grog is going flat, so you'll have to excuse me. Nice talking to you. Have fun on Melee Island.
Trademark. Where is our Ask Me About Loom friend?
I don't want to bother them. They're busy listening to the guy on the left.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm looking for the dark.
Excuse me, but I'm looking for the dartboard.
Dartboard? We don't have one anymore. There was a horrible accident. Drinking and darts don't mix.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Guybrush.
Yeah? So what?
Where can I get a drink?
A drink? You could wait for the cook to notice you. But that would take all day. Just find the mug and sneak into the kitchen. That is what we all do.
Now, I guess the other thing is, I think I had Indian Fame of Atlantis and Loom, and I had the dig on CD-ROM, which is showing my age. But I never played it, and I should. I thought it was pretty cool. Never touched it. But, yeah, I should probably just pick them up.
What happened to your eye?
Well, I was putting in my contact lens when... Hey, wait a second. That is none of your business.
Why aren't pirates welcome at the governor's house?
Because of LeChuck, that's why.
Whoa.
He's the guy that went to the governor's for dinner and never wanted to leave. He fell for her in a big way, but she told him to drop dead.
So he did.
So he did, and then things really got ugly.
How did things get ugly?
How did things get ugly?
LeChuck was a fearsome pirate. He tried to impress the governor by sailing off to find the secret of Monkey Island. But a mysterious storm came up and sank his ship, leaving no survivors. We thought that was the end of the fearsome pirate, LeChuck. We were wrong.
What is the secret of Monkey Island?
TM.
Only LeChuck knows. He still sails the waters between here and Monkey Island. His ghost ship is an unholy terror upon the sea. That is why we are all in here and not out pirating. Look, this whole LeChuck thing has me pretty shaken up. So, if you don't mind.
I think they're busy.
Aye.
There he is. There's our friend.
Hi yourself.
Aye.
Oh,
Nice hat.
Aye.
so tell me about Loom.
So, tell me about Loom.
Hello,
You mean the latest
Pallier?
masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic.
Oh, I know this
Stunning,
game very
high-resolution
well.
3D landscapes,
Don't remember the
sophisticated
puzzles.
score and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush!
Go out and buy Loom today. This guy always looked a little weird in there. There we go, yeah. And I love that how readable Ask Me About Loom on the old school graphic looked even. Jeez, what an obvious sales pitch.
Jeez, what an obvious sales pitch.
Sorry, but on some topics I just get carried away.
Nice talking to you.
Aye.
Oh, it's a dog. Hello, Spiffy.
Woof. Woof, LeChuck.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know 1 and 2. LeChuck. I'm pretty sure I know, Monkey Island 1 and 2, but I never played, and I even have, like, 4 and 5. So I'm sort of like, why am I... Oh, go over this way. Come on. There we go. Important looking pirates.
What be ye wanting, boy?
I mean to kill you all.
I mean to kill you all.
I'll get lost, boy. You bother us.
What be ye wanting, boy?
I want to be a pirate.
So what?
Why bother us?
Hey, don't forget we're short on help because of this whole LeChuck thing. So, no pirates means no swag, and no swag means no grog, and we're getting dangerously low on grog.
Melee Island at nighttime. Definitely looks great.
Do you have any special skills?
I can hold my breath for 10 minutes.
Well, all right. But you don't become a pirate just by asking. You'll have to go through the 3 trials.
What 3 trials are those?
There are 3 trials every pirate must pass.
You must master the sword
And the art of thievery.
and the quest.
The quest.
The what?
Treasure
him.
hunting, you sea urchin. Right. You must prove yourself in each of these 3 areas. Swordplay, thievery, and treasure huntery. Then return with proof that you've done it.
The shrubbery.
And then you must drink grog with us. Grog!
There we go.
Tell me more about mastering the sword.
Lots of controls.
First, get ye a sword. You must seek out and defeat the sword master. Someone in town can probably direct you. Oh! I want to find somebody to train you first.
Imagine trying to take on the sword master without any training.
Melee Island at daylight. Like, how does that work? Is it that they put that all in there, but they never actually like, off, like, set it up or something?
Tell me more about mastering the art of thievery.
Feel free to put the link in if you want.
Procure a small item for us.
The idol of many hands in the governor's mansion.
The governor keeps the idol of many hands in a display case in the mansion.
The idol of many hands aren't the hands,
You'll
the
have to get
idle
past the
hands.
guards, naturally. The tricky part will be getting past the dogs outside. Aye, they're a particularly vicious breed. You might be able to drug him or something.
Oh, nice. Oh, did the link not work? I'm sorry, Tapali. Let's see here. Oh, hang on. If I can just set that up, or maybe one of my mods can do something about it. Just loading it up. It just shows me the stars. I can't even do it for some reason. That's very strange. Alright, back to the game. Yeah, don't know why it won't show me that.
Tell me more about treasure hunting.
Or maybe just put the YouTube,
That there's a treasure
you know, unique
buried
code at
here
the
in
end there.
island. All you must do is find the legendary lost treasure of Melee Island.
Find the legendary lost treasure of Melee Land
Should I have a map or something?
that nobody else has found.
Well, you can hardly expect to find a treasure without a map.
And don't forget, X marks the spot.
You're a
Bunch of foul-smelling,
grog-swilling
grog-swilling pigs. Thank you.
To be a pirate, you must also be a foul-smelling, grog-swilling pig.
What's in that grog stuff anyway?
Grog is a secret mixture which contains
One or more of the following.
Kerosene,
propylene glycol, artificial sweeteners,
sulfuric acid,
rum, acetone,
red dye number 2,
scum,
Scum.
axle grease,
battery acid,
and or pepperoni. As you can probably imagine, it's one of the most caustic, volatile substances known to man.
the stuff eats right through these mugs, and the cook is losing a fortune replacing them.
I'll just be running along now.
Leave us to our grog.
Grog,
Come back later and
grog,
tell us how you're doing.
grog. Can we go through?
Hey,
Oh.
you can't come back here.
That's it.
Cozy.
All right, lettuce. Lettuce, make a salad. Lettuce. All right. Everyone's having a little fun. Let us head out. Oh, what is... Now would be a good time to go see the chef. Oh, so the chef comes out.
Hey, don't go into the kitchen.
Really? Well, now I am.
It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance. It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
Take that. What have we got here? Oh, a pot of stew.
It's boiling hot.
Maybe I should turn off the... Oh, let's see. Oh, this is also very much a loom thing.
I think that bird'll peck my hand off.
Let's see here. The room's like it on the other side. Yeah, of course. Please talk Easter eggs. I would love to hear some more. Like, I love hearing about that kind of stuff. I would love to have even a little bot telling me some random things while I'm playing these games. Let's see, my inventory. I've got a pot. Use pot with pot of stew. Nope. Inventory.
Someone cooked a head cheese in this.
Okay, so it didn't work.
I think it's full of that foul stuff pirates drink.
The Valor, let's see. Open the barrel.
It doesn't seem to open.
You need the yellow flower to poison the meat. The loom bird. Yellow flower. Okay, so I've got some stuff in here then. Alright, well, I've got meat at least. Oh, right, because we were doing something with the dogs. But to pick up the bird, I have to scare the bird off first. Look at that water. I don't think I have the things I need to scare off the bird just yet to get the fish. That feels like a Maniac Mansion problem where you basically could get yourself stuck in... Meanwhile...
Deep beneath Monkey Island, the ghost
Hey,
pirate LeChuck
I recognize the
lies
face in
anchored
here.
in a river of lava.
Is it... Oh, it's a red herring!
Captain LeChuck, sir.
There's nothing like the hot winds of hell blowing in your face.
No, sir. Nothing like it.
There's Rob Paulson.
Sir.
It's days like this that make you glad to be dead.
Oh, yes, sir. Glad to be dead.
You are glad to be dead, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I feel so lucky that you happened to capture my ship that murdered me and everyone on board. Yes, sir. Lucky.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was it you disturbed me for?
Yes,
I will
sir.
note
Well,
that
you
even
see, we
the
might
trunk
have
is
a
see-through.
problem on Melee Island.
Problem? What possible problem could there be? I've got those sissy pirates so scared of the sea, they're afraid to take a bath.
Well, there seems to be a new pirate in town. Actually, he's a pirate wannabe. Young, inexperienced, probably nothing to worry about. Don't know why I bother you with it. I'll have him taken care of myself.
Wait! I'll handle this personally.
Nice ghost
My
effect.
plans are too important to be messed up by amateurs.
Earl
sir.
Bowen. Wait, Earl Bowen and Sarah Connor's therapist. Alright, on we walk to the archway. Oh, come in this way. I can go open this door. Oh, yep, and... Oh, okay. And I guess if I were to say maybe open... Oh, look at this sign.
Ye old rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shop. Serving your rubber chicken with the pulley in the middle needs for over 50 years.
Rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. I love how easy...
Block.
Just how easy it is to run across those words. Oh, oh my God! People actually have walked through the worlds now. That's nice. A citizen of Melee.
Excuse me, but do you have a cousin named Sven?
No, but I once had a barber named Dominique.
Close enough. Let's talk business.
Oh,
You want to buy a map to the legendary lost treasure of Melee Island?
yes, I do.
Only one in existence.
We had 6.
Rare. Very rare. Only 100 pieces of 8.
No thanks. I don't have enough money.
Well then, buzz off, kid. It's bad for business.
All right. I will come back to that one. I'll need some pieces of 8. Let's go talk to some men of low moral fiber.
Hey, nice rat.
Do you like rats?
Yes, especially in a light wine sauce.
Get away!
Do you guys know the sneaky looking man on the opposite corner?
Wanna buy a map, eh?
You can finish without
Our
doing the
maps
voodoo
are top
stuff?
quality, not like the bird-caged liners you get from that clown across the street. No, just kidding. These are actually copies of the minutes of the last meeting of the Melee Island PTA. Can't even give them away. Want one?
No, but I'll take one if you give me 2 pieces of 8.
Okay, that's fair.
Now I just need 98 pieces of 8.
Say, are you guys pirates?
No, we're a wandering circus troupe.
But this rat scared away the elephant.
Shut up!
Bonk. Yep.
Of course we're pirates. You can't buy clothes like these off the rack.
What do you want?
How come you're on this street corner and not on a ship? Looting, pillaging, sacking, that sort of thing.
Well, pirating hasn't been panning out so well for us.
There are some unnaturally talented pirates in the area right now.
Operating out of Monkey Island.
So we've been pursuing alternate means of self-support.
What
Tried
would
to
freeing
start
the
a
rat do?
circus.
It was working out well, until the rat scared off the elephant.
I,
Now you've depressed us. Go home.
I bet if I kept coming back here,
I apologize for what I said about rats.
They're very intelligent creatures. More intelligent than him. Why, there's a story around these parts that a bunch of rats actually crewed a ship here from fabled Monkey Island.
hello,
No,
Z-Tune.
that's not right. It was
I'll try to say
actually a
hi to
group
the
of
rat.
Monkeys.
That's amazing.
But true. When they arrived, they sold the ship for a pretty penny. Only time I've seen anyone get the better of old Stan in a deal.
Oh, Stan.
I thought it was rats.
I'll just be running along now.
Hey, don't mess with my rat.
The one on the right, like the one in the brown, has a wooden leg at that
I
point.
said don't pester the rat.
Oh, I just literally hovered my...
I'm not gonna warn you again.
I just hovered the
Leave
mouse
rat
over...
alone.
I just literally ran my mouse over it.
Hey, man. Frank, make him quit it.
Oh, oh!
Oh, now look what you did.
I'll just be running along now.
Better be. I gotta go catch a rat now. Alright, into the city.
Hey, you!
What?
Come over here.
What? Oh, in the alley.
I don't see anything special about it. Hello? Anybody in here?
I'm gonna get mugged.
Hello?
You know, bad things could happen to a person in a dark, deserted alley like this one. And at this time of night, nobody would be around to see it.
Did you hear something back in here too?
No? I'd better get your name.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm a mighty pirate.
pirate.
Listen, Peepwood.
Threepwood. Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, whatever your name is, listen. I'm the sheriff around here. Sheriff Fester Shinetop. Take it from me. This is a bad time to be visiting Melee
Fester
Island. A
Shinetop.
very bad time. My advice to you is to find somewhere else to take your vacation. Somewhere safer.
Boy, I feel much better knowing there's an officer of the law around.
Can I... Oh.
Employees only.
Oh, that's not the word. Verb. Oh, I can't open this room. Alright. Nice. Let's see, where am I going here? Oh.
Ahoy there, fancy pants.
What, we got a ship in a bottle? I think I see. Oh, I see a sword.
Slashmaster. When you want a sword as sharp as your wit.
What do you want?
I'm looking for the Swordmaster of Melee Island.
The Swordmaster of Melee Island?
Oh, that's not the button I wanted to hit.
Now, I don't know. See, nobody knows the whereabouts of her secret hideout. Nobody except me. I'd have to go and ask her if it's okay to show you the way. I guess I could hike all the way over there. Once. Be right back.
Well, at this
And
point...
don't touch anything!
Well, I guess the... Well, that's a woman is the sword master.
Slashmaster. When you want a sword as sharp as your wit.
Well, I'm just going to say... Yeah, I'm just going to pick it up, look at it a little bit.
Ring bell for service.
And I guess...
Looking for a sword master, are ya? Looking for a little thigh-finger discount, it looks like to me. See if I ever trust you again, devious little shoplifting weasel boy. Maybe you'd like to pay for that?
About this sword.
Yeah, what about it?
I want it.
I want it.
That's 100 pieces of 8.
Holy...
Take it or leave it.
I don't want it.
Figures. Now, how
All right.
else do you want to waste my time?
All right, sword
I
master.
think I'd just like to browse.
Hey, this ain't no boutique. Don't take all day.
I don't know if there's any... Okay, let's see. There's a safe here. I see a chest, but I don't know if there's anything else I can look at right now.
Davy Jones Lockers. The last word in theft, fire, and grog-resistant storage devices.
Oh, grog resistant. I have a feeling grog is going to play into something at some point.
What do you think this is, a museum? Got a special on shovels today.
You got a special on shovels?
What do you want?
I think I'd just like to browse.
Return in English or...
Hey, this ain't no boutique. Don't take all day.
Struggles in German. Tapalier, you're going to be going for a hard challenge there, I think. Especially if you're going to be fighting... Doing your sword fighting in German. Church. I don't see anything here of importance yet. And probably there won't be for a while. Oh yeah, I saw 2 or 3 items of battery acid, sulfuric acid, probably muriatic acid, I don't know. There's quite a few things that basically dissolve things. Hey, look at that. We got our
It's
little
locked.
rat
locked.
friend.
You gotta get me out of here! I'm a victim of society!
Not to mention halitosis. Ugh.
Hey, it's hard to keep my breath minty fresh when there's nothing to eat in here but rats.
Yeah. So I guess we
Talk
need
to
it.
Death breath? No thanks.
Okay, so there's a little sign on the side of the door here, and I can't read it. I just want to see something. But, oh, they didn't have a sign in the original. I find it... So... Oh, I never even read this. Sure are a lot of spelling errors. Basically boring someone, I'm sure.
There sure are a lot of spelling errors.
Alright, off I
I
go
don't see anything special about it.
into the next area. Oh. Oh, those must be the guard dogs. That looks like a lot of guard dogs. Oh, deadly piranha poodles.
I'm not going near them.
What do they look like here? Yep. You gotta admit, that's pretty adorable. Okay, so I cannot get anywhere near the piranha poodles and need to do something with this meat.
It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance. It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance. I don't think I can get past them. It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
I don't know how to use the items, but... And I got 2
I have
pieces.
2 pieces of 8. Someone cooked a head cheese in this.
To use one of these,
It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. There's all the items. Just, I didn't realize. Open. Steer? What are these verbs? Use. Oh, push, pull, talk to. Okay.
Woof.
Oh, one of them responded. Should I try again?
Woof. I don't see anything special about it.
All right. Back to town. All right, so I need to do some work to basically drug the dogs. I need to get a sword. Let's see. Well, let's keep walking a little bit. Oh, hello, person. Ooh, here we go.
No thanks. I'd rather not touch any of this creepy voodoo stuff.
Our
What
voodoo
may I
lady.
help you with, son?
Here we go.
Wait, don't say anything. I can sense your name is Guybrush. Guybrush nose hair. No. Threepwood. Guybrush Threepwood. Am I not right?
There definitely seems to be a strange thing with all the controls on the special edition.
Wow, that was amazing! Do you know any other tricks?
I do not deal in tricks. What I know is the truth. So, my mind-reading skills tell me it is your future you are interested in. Are you certain this is something you really wish to know?
Yes, tell me everything that's gonna happen to me.
I am getting a vision.
Whoa, okay.
I see you taking
Nice
a
colors.
voyage, a long voyage. I see you captaining a ship.
Yeah!
I see.
What? See what?
I see a giant monkey.
Yikes!
I see you inside the giant monkey.
Huh?
Gross.
Wait. It's all becoming clear. Your journey will have many parts. You will see things better left unseen. You will hear things better left unheard. You will learn things better left unlearned.
What kind of things? I hate surprises.
No, the time is not right to know. When you know your purpose, come see me. I will let you know then.
Whoa, that's some color trick. Whoa,
Yikes.
okay. All right. Oh, there's... Oh, look at that. That is a rubber chicken
a rubber
with
chicken
a
with a
pulley
pulley
in
in
the
the middle. What possible use could that have? Maybe no one will miss just this one thing. Poor little thing. Whatever it was.
I'll just see how much stuff I can pick up, right?
No thanks. I'd rather not touch any of this creepy voodoo stuff.
That chalice looks like the...
Now this is the cup of a carpenter.
Yep, I thought so. That would be a reference to the Indiana Jones game.
Looks comfortable in a spooky sort of way.
Use
No
couch.
thanks. I can never fall asleep in strange places.
I can't talk to the statue. But I can pull.
No thanks. I'd rather not touch any of this creepy voodoo stuff. Poor chickens.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything else here. Oh.
Hello? Guess no one's here.
Oh boy, there seems to be some stuff in here that sounds like you guys are already trying to tell me not to watch. Go through this door, come out that door. Go through this door. Go through that door. The pig sound effects is grating. Okay. Alright. Alright, so I have a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. I got the recipe to brew a trippy soup. Oh, let's see, my inventory. I don't know.
Can't move it.
There we go, that's how I use this thing. I have to roll it around.
I think he's happy with his bone.
Okay. Oh, the minutes.
Can't pick that up. I don't see anything special about it. That doesn't seem to work.
I mean, these guys are probably pretty bored. I can't imagine I'd be putting them to sleep with anything of this, but...
There sure are a lot of spelling errors. That doesn't seem to work.
Okay, so... Yeah, it looks like a red herring all of a sudden. Let's see. I don't have a cup of grog. Pot of stew. There, use hunk of meat. Pot of stew. And now it's in there. Oh, I see.
Ow! Got
Well,
it.
Yeah, well, I have it now. Now it's stewed meat, which is good. Okay.
That doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to open.
I want to use... This control is definitely very
I don't want to put that in.
tricky, too. Alright. Yeah, see? Okay, I don't think I have anything else here I can do. Let's talk to this guy. I think maybe his grog's...
I don't want to come between a pirate and his grog. I don't think it's wise to wake a sleeping pirate.
Okay. So quiet on this side of the world. Okay, so I have stewed meat. And... Oh, there's a path here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Guybrush is here. Clearing, lights, house, island. I'm assuming light... Oh, okay, let's see. So I took that path. Actually, let's go to the clearing first. Let's see. It's closer. I've always liked how they use the trees to affect their scaling. So when things got smaller, they would just... There you go. Circus tent. Why is it...
I get in the cannon, but the gunpowder makes me sneeze.
Well, I can't do it. I hurt my hand taming the lions last week.
I hardly think that little scratch compares to my chronic allergy. You get in the cannon.
Hey, it's Dr.
Any
Scratch and
allergies,
Sniff.
You faker. You get in the cannon.
No, you get in the cannon.
No, you get in the cannon.
Slacker,
Loser.
ruffian,
Fop.
Fop.
weasel,
Weevil.
miscreant.
I'm selling these fun.
Say there's a chance
A once-in-a-lifetime chance.
to perform an amazing feat.
A death-defying feat.
Well, not so death-defying, really.
Dangerous feat.
Not dangerous at all,
An easy feat.
but exciting,
With the amazing.
adventurous, acrobatic,
And exceedingly well known.
fabulous, flying.
Perugini brothers.
That's us.
My brother Alfredo.
And my brother Bill.
Sound good?
Good.
It's very simple, really.
See that cannon over there? All you have to do,
Is get in the cannon,
and we'll shoot you out of it.
across the room.
Quite safe, actually.
So, what do you say?
How much will you pay me?
How about 478 pieces of 8?
That sounds good for me.
Okay, sounds good.
Have you got a helmet?
Of course I have a helmet. What sort of idiot do you take me for?
Well, let's have it.
We want to be sure.
That it's safe.
Wouldn't want you hurt.
No, siree.
Oh, I know what I can use. I have a pot. Give pot to Fettuccine Brothers.
Ah, that will work as a helmet.
Perfect.
Now we can do the trick.
Step right over here, son.
All right, here I go. I'm gonna go fire myself
Put
out of a
on your
cannon.
helmet,
And get in the cannon.
and we'll take care of the rest.
Echo!
It works!
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Hey,
Are you okay?
Ah! Oh, hang on. Yep. I'm Bobbin. Are you my mother?
I'm Bobbin. Are you my mother?
he's all right.
The loom
Hooray!
jokes
We have spared
continue.
an embarrassing and financially debilitating lawsuit.
Here is your money, sir.
Just a recompense for aiding us.
The basic theory is 5.
We just need to change the aim a bit.
I'll try it next.
No, I'll do it next.
No, me.
No, me.
Slacker.
Loser.
Ruffian.
Pop. And here we are again. All right, well, I got a lot of money just by firing myself out of a cannon. The Bobbin joke is a reference to Loom. Again, the main character in Loom is Bobbin Threadbare. And I believe if I remember correctly, Bobbin's mother turned into a swan and flew off, so Bobbin never found his mother. Oh, troll.
Stop! You must pay a toll.
I'm a mighty pirate.
Stand aside, troll. I'm a mighty pirate.
You're no pirate. While the town drunk could out-insult you on his back. And probably would.
I can out-insult anybody, you brainless clay doppelganger.
Wow.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you. Take that and stick it in your repertoire. You can't pass until you pay the toll.
How much is the toll?
Well, what have you got?
I don't want to have to tell him. Let's see. Nothing of I am little and nothing of consequence.
Some semi-rancid meat?
I want something that'll attract attention, but have no real importance.
Something that'll attract attention. A monkey leash with 3 collars?
A monkey leash with 3 collars?
Don't be silly. You have 3 chances to give me
Oh.
what I want. Then I eat ya.
Okay. So,
Can't pass until you pay the toll.
Oh, please, can't I pass?
Oh, boy, do you sound like a wimp. I don't like wimps.
oh, come on.
Can't pass until you pay the toll.
How much did you say the toll was?
I want something that'll
Attract
attract attention, but have no
real
importance.
How about a rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle?
None shall pass. None shall pass. That's pretty useless, but it's not what I want.
Ah. Something that'll attract attention.
None shall pass. That's pretty useless, but it's not what I want.
Say,
None shall pass.
you realize what he wants. Something that'll attract attention, but has.
None shall pass.
I have 480 pieces of 8.
None shall pass. You dare offend me with such a paltry amount.
Attract attention,
None
but not
shall
survey.
pass.
Hmm.
None shall pass.
Now you're just doing the.
That's pretty useless, but it's not what I want. I want something that will divert attention from things that are really important.
Something that'll do.
None shall pass.
I don't see anything special about it.
Divert attention from things you've already seen. Oh boy. I'm already kind of just thinking. Something I've already seen, but I don't have with you. Yeah, I can't. Hook Island. Yeah, I already want a hint. That's funny. But for the time being, I'm just going to go up here, and I think I know where I can use the pulley. Let's see. Use rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. There. A literary device. Something that's already attracted your attention and decided it was you. Oh no. What have I done? Oh.
Hey! I don't like visitors. Who are you?
Oh, this must be Hook Island. I'm Bobbin Threadbare. Are you my mother?
I'm Bobbin Threadbare. Are you my mother?
No, your mother was a duck.
Ah.
Now beat it.
Excuse me, but the sign said there were restrooms in here?
Sorry.
Oh,
that
Tapalia.
sign's a little out of date.
Okay.
I used to have a
Good to see
thriving
you. Thank you
tourist
so much for
business
coming to
here.
the stream.
I had animal wax, tattoo demonstrations, souvenirs. But there was a little accident with one
Thank
of
you
the
for coming. It
trained
was great to have a
animals.
new person on the
One
stream.
of our guests was hurt very badly. So I was shut down, put out of business, and
Aw.
since then,
Thank you
I've
for the
lived
follow.
here
We'll see you soon. I'll be doing this all month.
the only company I have is the same beast that mauled that unlucky tourist. The same beast that made me a hermit. A monster that, just by coincidence, is identical to one what attacked me when I was just a child.
This is
And left me with these hooks instead of hands.
this is dramatic.
A deformed man. Jeez, now I'm all depressed. Thanks a lot.
I didn't ask.
Can't you just leave me alone now?
I'm a pirate, Cannonball Head. Who are you?
My name's Meat Hook, and I think you've got a little attitude problem.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Cannonball Head.
That's okay. I'd rather have a cannonball head than a ponytail.
Oh, thanks, Tapalia. We'll see you soon. We'll be coming around a lot more. Oh, I meant to call you Chrome Dome. I'm gonna get myself kicked out so badly.
I meant to call you Chrome Dome.
Why, you...
Yeah.
I suppose you've come to invade my peaceful home and insult me again, eh?
What was your name again, Cannonball Head?
Meat
Look,
Hook.
I told you not to call me that. My name's Meat Hook, and you still have a little attitude problem.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Cannonball Head.
That's okay. I'd rather have a cannonball head than a ponytail. Ha 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 ha!
All right.
Ha ha ha.
Hey, you've got a pretty good sense of humor. Ha! Want to see something really funny? Ha!
Yes, please show me, Mr. Meat.
What's this? Say hello, Roger. Hello, Roger. Pretty good, eh? I got a whole routine, but I don't have the time to do it all right now. Maybe if we're ever on a long ocean voyage together. But until then,
That's quite a
I'm
fireplace.
very busy man, so
Could you show me that neato tattoo thing again?
Let's go to here. Yeah, there we go. Well, okay, but just one more time. Watch this. Hey, hello, Roger. Hello, Roger.
Whoops, I just realized that this is the wrong house.
oh, okay. Have a nice time on Melee Island. Say goodbye, Roger. Goodbye, Roger.
All right, back to using my chicken with a pulley in the middle. There we go. Yeah, pull. I don't know. Hook Island restrooms. Oh, this even says there's restrooms here and souvenirs too. There we go.
Wow, it works both ways. That's some chicken.
All right, so let's get out of here. Something of no importance that I figured I'd need, that I figured I wouldn't. The red herring. Oh, I need to get the red herring. How do I get the red herring? That's a stinking pirate honking on the path. Oh, there's another stinking pirate.
Aye, this better be important.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
I sure hopes you had something more important to stop me for.
Why do you guys talk so funny?
Pirate lingo. It's how everybody talked back then. Come on, Guybrush, play along.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Oh yeah. So you know what I should be doing? I should be going and buying my sword, my map. At least starting my journey, right? How am I supposed to be doing this if I don't even follow my next steps? Knowing that I have 480 pieces of 8. And I need to have a sword, and I need to start my sword training. Like that's the first thing you do. Find your money and find your map, and then see where you go from there.
Excuse me, but do
Good to see you, Ravenworks.
only
We'll see
you
you
again.
tomorrow. Have a great night.
come
Sleep
back
well.
for the map to the legendary lost treasure of Melee Island, huh? I hope you brought enough money this time.
I'll take it. It'll make a swell gift.
There you go. You made a wise decision. Now get lost.
Oh, the mouse isn't. Yeah.
I'll just be running along now.
Yeah, thank you for the hint. I'm surprised I was kind of thinking about that red herring and not realizing it was what I was looking for. Oh. He's not here.
Ring bell for service.
It never fails. I step away from the counter for 2 seconds and some idiot's already ringing that stupid bell. What do you want?
I could really use a breath mint.
Whew, you're telling me. Here, take one. Please. Take the whole roll. That'll be 1 piece of 8. What else do you want?
Great breath mints.
I think I'd just like to browse.
Okay. Wake me up if you need anything.
All right, let's see.
Slashmaster. When you want a sword as sharp as your wit.
Pick up and talk to.
What do you want?
About this sword.
Yeah, what about it?
I want it.
Great. Best 100 pieces of 8 you ever spent. What else do you want?
I think I'd just like to browse.
Okay, but don't put your lips on anything.
All right, so now I have breath mints. So let's go to the prison, which I believe was just over here. Let's help our death breath friend here. Give breath mints to prisoner.
Oh, Grago Mint. How refreshing. Thanks. So, have you come to release me?
Who are you?
My name is Otis. At least I think it is. I've been in here so long I can hardly remember. You gotta get me out of here before I lose my mind completely. Can't you see? I'm innocent.
But why are you in jail if you're innocent?
I was framed. I didn't touch the stupid flowers.
Flowers?
What flowers?
The yellow Konish in dormi flowers in the forest. It's against the law to pick them.
Sheriff Shinetop sure is a jerk, isn't he?
No kidding. Fester Shinetop is the meanest man on Melee Island. Luckily, the governor
Fester
keeps him in check
Shinetop.
most of the time. We used to have a fair, decent man for a sheriff, but he recently died under mysterious circumstances. If you ask me, I think the new sheriff had something to do with it.
I think you've said enough, Otis.
Whoops.
Whoops.
I hope you haven't been taking this filthy vagrant too seriously. He'd say anything to avoid paying his debt to society.
Thank you, Muse.
Yeah, he is filthy, and he smells bad too.
Hey, thanks a lot.
You've got a lot of nerve coming into this town and passing judgment on the locals. If there's something you don't like about the way we smell, you're welcome to leave anytime.
Sorry.
Look, I don't know what you're up to, but whatever it is, it's probably illegal. So forget it. Wherever you go on Melee, I'll be watching. And if you try any monkey business, you'll end up in here for good.
Man, is he a pill or what? You see what I have to put up with? You better go before you get us both in trouble. Come to interrogate the prisoner again, huh?
All right, let's see.
Can I get you anything?
Get me out of here.
You can get me out of here! Actually, something to get rid of these rats would be nice. I'll trade you this carrot cake my Aunt Tilly made. I hate carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
So, how's the food in there?
Oh, you know, the usual. Slop, grog, gruel, rats, bugs, and body lice if I can catch them. I have a carrot cake my Aunt Tilly made, even though she knows I detest carrot cake. Actually, the cook at the bar is an old friend of mine, and sometimes he sneaks me food, like pork trimmings, mostly feet and lips, but once in a while, he brings this really odd rump roast.
What was so odd about the rump roast?
Well, it's the only rump roast I ever seen with a prehensile tail.
What?
So who'd want to frame you?
I don't know who exactly. I think it was a conspiracy. And if there's one type of piracy I don't like, it's conspiracy.
Oh.
I like visitors and everything,
but
That's a
I don't
terrible
have much
pun
more
that
to
doesn't
say.
work in voice.
Plus, my throat's getting dry from all this talking.
Hmm.
Why don't you go find someone else to talk to? It's not like I'm the only pirate left on the island or anything.
All right, well, let's see. I don't think he would want this rump roast, but let's see.
I don't want anything but my freedom.
Okay, that's fine then.
It's locked.
Talk to. Can't talk to the mouse. All right. Okay. So I have that. Stewed meat. What else? I have breath mints. I've got my sword. I've got... Let's look at the map.
I think I've been had.
Oh.
This is no map. It looks like dancing lessons.
Back to... do the monkey. Back 2, 3, 4. Left 2, 3, 4. Right 2, 3, 4. Left 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay. It looks like it's sort of like... I feel like I'm playing Legend of Zelda here. Go back 4 steps. Go left 4 steps. Right 4 steps. Cha-cha-cha. But where to start? At do the monkey. All right. I don't... Okay, the clearing mentioned you couldn't pick the flowers. I wanted to go to that clearing in the map. Is there a shortcut? Is there a way for me to run around here a lot faster than I'm doing right now? Rather than walking all the way back from place to place to just go to the path to go to the map. There's got to be another way to do that. I would think there'd be more than... Can I take this, by the way? Is there something I need to...
I can't pick that up.
Ah, okay. Yeah, let's just talk to the lookout. Let's see if he's got any ideas.
Do you ever wonder if we're all just characters in a novel?
Yikes! Oh, you almost scared me to death. I thought you were a... Oh, never mind. What did you say your name was again?
Call...
Call me Squinky.
Okay, Squinky.
I'm over this way.
Huh? Oh.
Who did it first? Robin Hood Men in Tights or Monkey Island?
Who are you?
I'm the lookout of Melee Island. I watch the ocean for approaching storms and ships and report them directly to the governor. She doesn't like unexpected visitors, especially not now.
What do you mean, not now?
How did you get to be the lookout when you're obviously blind as a bat?
Hey, Freelancer
What's
Inc.
your time?
Thank you.
I
1990,
was
so...
handpicked by Sheriff Shinetop.
Why is the governor worried about unexpected visitors?
Actually, it's the expected visitors we're worried about. One pirate captain in particular. A dead one, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous.
Men in Tights, 1993. So theoretically, they were, I guess if you think about who wrote this, is probably about 5 years ahead of Mel Brooks. However, I guess they both came across them at the same time. A blind lookout.
I'll just be off to seek my fortune now.
Good luck.
All right, off to the path. There's a house on this side, which I... Oh, I couldn't get to it, right? I have to get to the troll first, which means I need the... Oh, what's this? This path goes off into nowhere. Yeah, okay. There's a path here that doesn't go anywhere. The village. Then there's the island. And there's a clearing here. But I can't get there from here. Let's see if there's a way around it. Maybe I can avoid going into the circus. No, I can't walk along here. Alright. Circus in the middle of nowhere.
Those crazy spaghetti brothers are still in there.
The Spaghetti Brothers. Okay, so Guybrush doesn't know how to get there yet. So that... And I can't get to these lights until I get to the bridge. And so that means... somewhere along the way on here, I need to... shore. That's probably just the other side of the island, right? Yeah, okay. But if I go to the island, I end up on the shore, yeah, okay. Huh. Alright. Fork! Oh wait, Dirty Rock Pirate. Let's go to the fork. Maybe there's something in here. I'm noticing I'm not seeing some of these highlights when I'm looking around them. Oh, look at this, there's a fork. Okay, so... there's a fork in the road, so maybe this is where I have to actually figure this out. Back, left, right. Left, right, back. Now, yeah, when you see a fork in the road, take it. Okay, so... back always, if I remember correctly by adventure game parlance, back is the back of the stage. So if I go back, left, right. So I go back. Oh. Well, I can take some of these.
My, what an unusually bright yellow they are.
There we go. Back, left. And then I'll go right. Yep, planes. Okay. Oh, what is this one?
I can't pick that up.
Okay. The next step is left, right, back. Nice backgrounds. And back. Okay, I think that these flowers are actually giving me my... basically suggesting that I am taking the right path.
I can't pick that up.
Okay, so the next part of the map is right, left, back. The music even stopped. This must be the clearing that they're talking about. Oh, what is this? Melee Island.
The legendary lost treasure of Melee Island. This carefully reproduced piece of Melee Island history has delighted thousands of would-be pirates and their families for generations. Remember, there are other pirates on this island. So go easy on the treasure. Leave some for the next person.
Oh, this is a completely different thing. Alright, that's a marker.
Here lies treasure of such unimaginable wealth. Well, you'll just have to dig it up to believe it.
Oh! There's a
Paid for by the Melee Island Chamber of Commerce.
Oh. I've realized that, well, there's an X. And I don't have a shovel.
Looks like a big plus sign. What could that possibly mean?
Whoops. So what do I have that I could... can I use anything here?
Slashmaster. When you want a sword as sharp as your wit. That doesn't seem to work.
I don't think I have the right item I need to dig this. Oops. Right, okay. I think I screwed this up. I'll have to find my way back. Yep, just kind of pops out of there. Alright, I need a shovel. So back to the village. Actually,
What you be wanting, you scurvy lubber?
let's actually go see.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
I sure hoped you had something more important to stop me for.
Yeah, thank goodness it's not a Sierra game, right?
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Don't want a dead man walking situation. Heck, I remember the rubber tree joke in this game. That's like one of the few jokes I remember from Monkey Island. So, okay, so I need something, okay, to dig. Hi, Spiffy. Aw, this looks... Okay, so I don't have any of that stuff that they want me for yet, right?
Well, if this is the boy who wants to be a pirate, how do you fare on your quest?
I'll just be running along now.
I gotta get to the...
Leave us to our grog.
Come back later and tell us how you're doing. Hey! Don't go into the kitchen!
Oh, drat. That's not what I wanted to do at all.
Cozy.
Yeah.
There sure are a lot of spelling errors. That doesn't seem to work.
It's weird, a lot of these controls...
That doesn't seem to work.
Alright.
Hey! You can't come back here!
There he is, that's what I wanted, so I can just kind of sneak in here.
Hey! Don't go into the kitchen!
Bye-bye. I'm in the kitchen. Haha.
I think it's full of that foul stuff pirates drink. It doesn't seem to open.
Okay, let's pull these verbs. Push the barrel
I
over.
can't move it.
Pull the barrel, maybe.
I can't move it. I can't pick that up. I think that bird will peck my hand off.
So what have I got to do to see what is in my inventory here that I can...
It's a striking yellow color. It's some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
Look at meat with
It's
condiment.
some sort of meat or meat-like substance.
I definitely do a lot of rub item X on situation Y for a lot of my situations. Because I'm trying to figure out what to give.
That doesn't seem to work.
I'd need something to pick that up with, and obviously I don't think I have what I need.
Slashmaster. When you want a sword as sharp as your wit.
And now the stew's in there. Let's see. Ow!
Ow! Got it!
This... If I keep going down this road, the fish thing is hard. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. And did I just... The condiment's gone up. Well, maybe the guy did say he's got a sale on shovels. Can I ask him for shovels? I don't remember being able to actually give him get shovels. Oh, I'm gonna go talk to him though.
Excuse me, but oh, it's only you again. I told you there was only one in existence. Now get lost.
And again, that seagull animation is also from Loom too. They did like using Loom's references in this game. All right, let's see here. Oh, look, giant shovel. Holy cow. How about, you know, just pick up shovel. Dumb. Oh my god, I can't believe it. All right, fine. Here I am thinking that I was going to need something different. This is like one of those old... It said it was grog
I
safe.
should have known it'd be you again.
I bet I could put some grog on it. And
What do you want?
I want to buy the shovel.
About this shovel.
Yeah, what about it?
How much is it?
Ooh, another would-be treasure hunter, eh? That'll cost you 75 pieces of 8.
No, I'm okay with that.
I'll take it.
Great. Oh, it'll pay for itself, believe me. Yeah, you'll dig up 75 pieces of 8 in no time. But hey, save some treasure for the rest of us, would you? What else do you want?
I think that's it. Oh,
I'd like some rat repellent, please.
Ha! I bet you would. But I haven't got any. What else do you want?
no rat repellent.
I think I'd just like to browse.
Okay. Wake me up if you need anything.
Okay, yeah, the safe was grog resistant. Let me go look at it again. But I think it said it was quite secure. Davy Jones's lockers.
It doesn't seem to open. Get a handle on your savings with Gripmaster handles.
What do you think this is, a museum?
It's locked. Davy Jones lockers. The last word in theft, fire, and grog-resistant storage devices.
Theft, fire, and grog resistant.
Are you waiting for me to fall asleep or something?
Just give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay. Pick up
I
safe.
can't pick that up.
Wait.
If you're thinking about stealing something,
It's locked.
think again.
Okay.
It's locked.
No, I'm not going to be able to do anything like that.
What do you want?
I think I'd just like to browse.
Okay, so he doesn't have anything else. No rat repellent.
Oh, be my guest, fancy pants.
But I have my shovel now. So maybe I should go just get the treasure. Can't believe that I just, like... Oh, look, the circus is in town.
Oh, a circus! I love a circus.
Look at... There was said sign, but it's not there now. Yeah, right there. It is hard to find all... I probably just...
Employees only.
Employees only. Just pull the...
I can't move it. I can't pick that up.
No, okay.
It doesn't seem to open.
That's such a shame. Okay. What have I got in my inventory? I've got a shovel. Got some meat. Nope. And now I'm getting confused with all my controllers. Let's see here.
I don't see anything special about it.
These guys don't have anything of importance.
I'll just be running along now.
Voodoo doll. Okay, I've got my shovel. Why don't I go and dig up the lost treasure at least? That would be one part of 3. Get my 3 trials done. Look at that moon. That's beautiful. to here. Okay. Okay, so here we are again. Back, left, right.
I've already got one.
Oh, do you? I don't see them there. Back, left, right. I might be a dead man walking. I don't see the condiment item. Left, right, back. Right, left, back. Okay, so let's dig this up this time, because I actually have a shovel this time. Oh my god, come here all this way and only to realize I didn't have a shovel. Dumb.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
Hours pass.
Let's see some.
Oh boy! It's a t-shirt! Not my size, but a nice one nonetheless. Well, I guess I should put all this dirt back now.
More hours pass.
Okay, so now I've got... might win a t-shirt.
I found the treasure of Melee Island and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
Alright, so I've got a t-shirt. Now what? I mean, that means I got the treasure, so that's a good start. Ugly pirate.
Stopping a pirate can be dangerous to your health.
Ever notice how all these roads start to look the same?
Yeah, now that you mention it, they do. It's probably just that we're tired.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
I sure hope you had something more important to stop me for.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Okay. Start not doing my sword fighting just yet. Oh, you gotta...
Aye, this better be important.
Sorry to bother you. I'll be on my way.
Okay, so the road I'm still not getting the red herring puzzle yet. Hello, Soft. Thank you for the posture check.
A rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle. What possible use could that have?
Whoop-da-doop. Hello. Let's see. Ooze. Back over to Hook Island. A vague hint would be good. I like vague hints. And I think there's even a hint system built into this, but I'm not seeing it yet.
I told you, I don't have the time to show you any more tattoo tricks.
You don't... Oh, is it a timing thing?
Oops, I just realized that this is the wrong house.
Oh, okay. Have a nice time on Melee Island.
Won't I how to get hints because people abuse it? Yeah. Does anybody remember playing Phasmophobia? Not Phasmophobia, Phantasmagoria. That one had a built-in hint
rubber
keeper.
chicken with a pulley in the middle.
And the problem with it is that it was so easy to use. It was very easy to abuse it too. And yes, F10 right here. Look at that. I love this. Look at how terrible this sign looks in this version, in the 1990s version versus what it looks like now. It just looks like it's been drawn hastily onto the end of it. Oh, I still hear birds. There was not Phasmophobia, but the old game Phantasmagoria. It had a hint keeper button like dead center in the middle of the interface. And it's like way too easy to use. The portraits definitely are better in retro. They're very stylized here. I'm just gonna look around a little bit here. Is there anything else I can click on? There's the house over here, which I can't get to. The bridge here. The fork. Circus. I don't think there's anything else I can do just yet. Oh, village. I saw a lookout point, but I can just go to the village. Okay. Everything you need to get the red herring is on the screen. Really? So it was one of those things where I just had to be in the right place at the right time, and I have to figure out what it is before. Okay. Well, at least I can show them the first of 3, can't I?
I discovered the lost treasury. You're a clever boy.
You're a clever boy.
T-shirt. We have plenty.
All right.
I'll just be running along now.
Leave us to our grog.
All right.
Back later and tell us how you're doing.
Wait for our chef friend to come out. I love that he just did the entire thing. I can't stand salesmen. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff, ruff. There's our chef friend. Bye-bye, chef friend. Okay.
I think that bird will peck my hand off.
Okay, it's something here that's in this room. It's not something you're carrying.
It doesn't seem to open. I can't move it. I can't move it.
No, it's not. Verbs.
I can't pick that up. I don't see anything special about it.
Okay.
I can't move it. I think that bird will peck my hand off.
I was just... don't think it's timing, so...
I think that bird will peck my hand off.
Something in the room.
It's boiling hot. It's boiling hot.
Something I don't need an item with. You can't see it. Is that the Pillsbury Doughboy? Yeah, they changed it. That's a weird sound for a pot to be making.
it's a herring.
Seriously.
That doesn't seem to work. It's boiling hot.
All right, I need a more or less vague hint. Yeah. Kick him in the butt. The way the cursor's working, I'm not seeing anything for the bird. Kick. You're what? This bird has been here this entire time. Might need a running start. I feel dumb when I... Okay, hang on a second.
I can't move it. I can't move it.
For it to be considered a puzzle, and I am so lost. Oh my... What? Oh, for crying out loud. Do it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The plank's stuck.
A run. Yeah, running oh my God.
The plank's stuck.
And now the plank's stuck. The bird's gone. Kick him in the... Everything. Oh my God. I would have never... That's not... It's not like you said. You don't see it in here. So how would you know? And all of a sudden, like... How did I figure that out back then? That doesn't seem like a something you'd be able to solve. All right, fine. I have no idea how I did that back in the 90s. Look, I played these games. I know these games, but how was I supposed to know you're supposed to use the plank? That was... Yeah. All right, so I guess the next trick... Here's the other thing. Am I ever going to have to be pixel hunting precision like that again? Or is that a one-off? Because if it's a one-off, I'm going to be, you know, if anybody does that and sees, oh, so I have to go to certain areas of a room to be able to figure this stuff out, that doesn't help. Now they've got them running around the rooms,
None shall pass.
trying to figure out how to kick a bird in the butt.
None shall pass. None shall pass. A red herring. Pass.
Pass. Oh, that's definitely George Lucas. Just like looks. Stan's previously owned vessels.
Cute, but small. Spiffy. I don't see anything special about it.
Grog cans. Okay. As is. Fuel economy.
Dull, dull, dull.
Hang on.
Now that's a nice looking vessel.
Yeah, that even says fuel economy. That's cute.
Ah, a fixer-upper.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's still afloat.
He used the force to pick up the club. That definitely was
Looks like one of
George.
those well-engineered imports.
Cute. Look at sign. Let's see here.
Welcome to Stan's previously owned vessels. I'm off searching the globe right now for the finest in previously owned marine transportation. Have a look around. I'll be right back. Stan.
Can I use some of my pieces of
I
8?
have 204 pieces of 8. Huh. Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not stupid enough to do that twice.
Alright, well, Stan's previously owned vessels. There's nothing here yet. But I can buy myself a ship if I needed to. Over to the house. Now, what is this?
Captain Smirk's Big Body Pirate Gym. Prices. Sword training, 30 pieces of weight.
Oh, perfect.
Cannon firing, 160 pieces of weight. Balls extra. Grappling hook, 130 pieces of weight.
Grappling hook. Grappling hook. Oh, that just kicks me back out. That's funny.
I think I'll knock. It'd only be polite.
What do you want, you wimpy little spineless maggot?
Do you know where the Swordmaster lives?
Forget it, kid. She'd cut your head clean off.
Oh, I got Duke Nukem here.
Unless, of course, you got some training first.
Could you train me to be better than the Swordmaster?
Better than the Swordmaster? You? You could never be half the sword fighter Carla is. Even with hours of hard work and sweat and blood. I remember fighting side by side with Carla at Port Royal. The local constabulary had us cornered. It looked like we were done for, but then she said, "But I digress.
Yeah.
You just don't have what it takes."
You know, you really should quit smoking.
What I really should do is make you eat this stogie.
Ah!
What do you want?
I do so have what it takes.
You do not.
Oh, jeez, what?
I do so.
You do not.
I do so.
Oh, I like your spirit. I'll do what I can. Of course, it'll cost you. What do you got?
30 pieces of 8.
All I have is this dead chicken.
This isn't one of those rubber chickens with a pulley in the middle, is it? I've already got one. What else have you got?
Well, I've got 30 pieces of 8.
Say no more, say no more. Let's see your sword.
I do have this deadly.
Okay, check it out.
Yes, this is a nice one. Let's get to it. Okay, you maggot. Why don't you whip that sword out and let's see what you can do with it? Boy, you fight like a dairy farmer. I usually don't waste my time with vermin like yourself. But seeing as this LeChuck thing has put a cramp on business, I got no choice. I need the money. Yes, I can see this is gonna take some special measures. Just want you to know, I don't do this with everyone. It's only because I feel that special student mentor pieces of 8 bonding that I'm going to these lengths. I'm gonna put you up against the machine.
The machine.
Is this gonna hurt? Yikes.
Come at me. Don't be afraid, you won't hurt me. Watch your footwork.
It's got a monkey on it.
Use your forte against the foible. Distance, distance!
Oh.
Advance, thrust, recover, parry, riposte. Watch your footwork.
Hours later.
You're starting to get the hang of it.
More hours later.
Not bad. You've got good form.
Unless we're getting
Now I'm
several
gonna let you
hours
in
and it's
on
still
the true
dark.
Secret of sword fighting. Sword fighting is kind of like making love. It's not always what you do, but what you say. Any fool pirate can swing a sharp piece of metal around and hope to cut something. But the pros, they know just when to cut their opponent with an insult. One that catches them off guard. You see, kid, your wit's gotta be twice as sharp as your sword. Let's try a couple of insults out, shall we? Okay, imagine this. We're fighting up a storm. Just like Carla and I were doing at Port Royal. There's a sudden break in the fighting, and I say to you, you fight like a dairy farmer. You respond with?
My favorite response. How appropriate. Must be thinking of someone else. So yeah, he doesn't know it. I know it. How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
I am rubber, you are glue.
I can see we've got a lot of work to do here. You should have responded with something like, how appropriate. You fight like a cow. You see, it's razor-sharp wit like that that wins fights. Let's try another. Imagine this. You're trapped up against a wall. My sword just slashed 2 cuts into your face. I say, soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab. You respond with?
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
No, no, no! That was the response from the last insult! Doesn't even make sense when used here! Ah. A correct response to, soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab, would have been something like, first, you better stop waving it around like a feather duster! See? Razor sharp. Now, I suggest you go out there and learn some insults.
I can't help but feel like I've been ripped off. I'm sure you're feeling something similar.
Thunk. I just love how quickly it's just like, you're outside. Back outside. Alright, now all of a sudden there is a lot of people wandering the paths. Which is appropriate because we fight like cows. Wait, what? No. That's not what I meant. There we go.
Stopping a pirate can be dangerous to your health.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Let's see what we've got.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
I'm shaking! I'm shaking!
Ah, so I won that one.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
He must have taught you everything you know.
Ah. That sounds... Yep, he won that one. But now I know it too.
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
Hmm.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
So I don't know that one.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
I have to deal with the RNG gods, huh?
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster. You call yourself a pirate?
What an amateur insult!
Oh.
I
Oh.
give up. You win.
All right. Come on. Oh, someone just went right to the fork. Oh, they also went to the fork. What? Ah. Come on. Fight me.
What you be wanting, you scurvy lubber?
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
Let's get a couple of nice insults in. Let's see.
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast? Me handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
Oh, I don't know that one.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
Probably something about shaving himself.
Oh, yeah? Nice move.
Come on, ugly pirate. Aw. Hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Aye, this better be important.
Nice night we're having, isn't it?
Oh, what am I doing?
I sure hopes you had something more important to stop me for.
My name is
Sierra lad,
Guybrush
how many of
Threepwood.
these do you know
Prepare
right
to
off?
Die. My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
I am rubber, you are glue.
Oh, you didn't know the handkerchief one. Okay.
I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
I'm shaken, I'm shaken.
16. I seem to be doing quite well with this one.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
I'm shaken, I'm shaken.
Yep.
I give up, you win.
Come on, fight me.
Move out of the way, or I cuts my way through.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood.
You
Prepare
killed my
to
father.
die. I once owned a dog that was
Oh, I
smarter
know this
than
one.
you.
I am rubber, you are glue.
Well, he didn't know it. Okay.
My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
I am rubber, you are glue.
Boy, these guys are not...
I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
Oh, yeah?
I seem to not be doing... Well,
Give up, you win.
I do have a lot of them, but the problem is I don't have the answers. So if they...
Move out of the way, or I cuts me way through.
If
My
I
name
basically
is
don't
Guybrush Threepwood.
have the
Prepare
answers,
to die.
I could lose a battle.
My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
So, you got that job as a janitor after all. This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
That's a new one.
Oh, yeah?
Have you stopped wearing diapers yet?
Why? Do you need any?
So you got that job as a janitor after all. Look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
Move out of the way or I cuts my way through.
It must have been difficult to get perfect
My
random.
name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
All right.
This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I am rubber, you are glue.
All right.
I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose. I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
Well, you think that basically...
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
Is there an echo in here?
Have you stopped wearing diapers yet?
Why did you want to borrow one?
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast?
All right, I'm starting to get some...
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master.
Oh, there we go. That's a good saying. That's a good way to put it. Where is the sword master, though?
Stopping a pirate can be
He's lying. Is there an echo in here?
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
See, I think... Boy, are you ugly.
Boy, are you ugly.
What an amateur insult! Have you stopped wearing diapers yet?
Why, did you want to borrow one?
There does seem to be that I've only got a few of them. You said 16. Let's see here. Yeah, I know all of these right now.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster. I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
Oh, there's a new one.
You run that fast? Uncle! Uncle!
I'm not going to take your insolence sitting down. Probably a joke about
Move
hemorrhoids.
out of the way, or I cuts me way through.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
Your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh? Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast?
I like that the voices have slight intonations if they know they got it right or not.
You fight like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow. I got this scar on my face during a mighty struggle.
I hope now you've learned to stop picking your nose.
I think I've gotten...
This is the
I
end
don't know if
for
I-
you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I am rubber.
Yeah,
You are glue.
the end for you. I don't know if I've got that one. Okay.
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master. Aye, this better be important.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die.
He's lying too.
This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
People don't know this one.
My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
So you got that job as janitor after all? There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Huh. I don't have that one.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
Well, yeah, I know that.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
Let's see if he knows. I'll just throw it back at him. Oh, do I have...
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
I'm shaken, I'm shaken.
There we go.
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master.
They keep saying that.
Move out of the way, or I cuts my way through.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
I'm shaking, I'm shaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that one.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Oh,
I am
nice.
rubber, you are glue.
Oh, this guy didn't know either of them.
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
Oh, your hemorrhoids are flaring up again, eh?
At least he can give me a couple.
You have the manners of a beggar.
Oh.
So you got that job as a janitor after all.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
So you got that job. Oh, wait. So you got that job as a
Your
janitor.
hemorrhoids are flaring up again, huh?
Okay.
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master.
They all say that. And yet.
What you be wanting, you scurvy lubber?
What
My
is
name
a scurvy
Guybrush
lubber?
Threepwood. Prepare to die.
How do you lubber a scurvy?
This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
Come on.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
Nice. Okay.
I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
Ooh.
You run that fast?
People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Ooh, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, you smell that bad.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
All right, I got a few more now.
Where did my sword go?
Move out of the way or I cuts my way through.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. People fall at my feet when they see me coming.
Even before they smell your breath.
There we go.
My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
So you got that job as janitor.
So you
after
got
all.
that job as a janitor after all.
Okay. You have the
You
manners.
have the manners of a beggar.
I am rubber, you are glue.
Oh, I probably have it from some point in the past.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Yes, there are. You just never learned them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Is there an echo in here?
Yes, there are. You just never learned them.
Wow, you're good enough to fight the sword master.
Sword master.
Stopping a pirate can be
All
dangerous to
lies.
your health.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood.
Prepare to die.
You have the manners of a beggar.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
All right. Milamo T-bone la ranga discoteca, teca, neca, biblioteca.
I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
This guy doesn't know his stuff.
Have you stopped wearing diapers yet?
Why? Did you want to borrow one?
All right, let's see here. Throw something at me.
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast?
You run that fast?
All right.
Wow! You're good enough to fight the Sword Master.
Let's play it on this mode. It's so quiet when there's no music or even sound effects. Well, there's some sound effects. You have the manners of a beggar. I want to make sure you feel comfortable with me. Have you stopped wearing diapers yet? Why? Did you want to borrow one? Ding, ding, ding. I've spoken with apes more polite than you. I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion.
There are no words for how disgusting you are.
Yes, there are. You just never learned them. I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Okay, so I've gotten a lot of them.
You're good enough to fight the Sword Master.
Am I almost close to no lies?
Whatever you wantin', you scurvy lubber.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood.
Let's see how well I
Prepare
play.
to die. I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
He must have taught you everything you know. This is the end for you, you gutter-crawling cur.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of them.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
Yeah, because if she were to hit the wrong one, if she happens to have the 3 that I don't get, I lose.
Soon you'll be wearing my sword like a shish kebab.
First, you better stop waving it like a feather duster. You have the manners of a beggar.
Just wanted to make
I
sure.
wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
Okay, let's see here. There's a beggar, insolencing down, spoken with apes, no words. All of these I've got.
I'm not gonna take your insolence sitting down.
I am rubber, you are glue.
I think I've got the majority of the ones I have.
You're good enough to fight the Sword Master.
Now I'm
Stopping
ready.
a pirate can be dangerous.
Let's give this
to
one a
your
try and see.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Prepare to die. My handkerchief will wipe up your blood.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody's ever drawn blood from me, and nobody ever will.
You run that fast? I've spoken with apes more polite than you.
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion. I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
He must have taught you everything you know.
A little back and forth here.
I once owned a dog that was smarter than you.
Is there an echo in here?
He must have taught you everything you know.
Wow.
You're good enough to fight the Sword Master.
I think I'm good. But to get to... Where... Crap, where was she? I've already forgotten where the governor is. Where the sword master is, or any of that. But let's go in here and get our 3 trials first, right?
How do you fare, Gold Finder?
Tell me again about pilfering the idol.
The governor keeps the idol of many
Right.
hands in a display case in the mansion outside the town.
You'll have to get past the guards, naturally.
The tricky part will be getting past the dogs outside.
Aye, they're a particularly vicious breed. You might be able to drug him or something.
Tell me again about mastering the sword.
You must seek out and defeat the Sword Master. Someone in town can probably direct you.
And get yourself trained first.
Okay, so I think...
I'll just be running along now.
Leave us to our grog.
Come back later and tell us how you're doing.
Okay. Alright, on to our next thing. So we gotta find somebody who can lead me to the Swordmaster. Oh, I was gonna trade my... I don't have anything in my inventory I think that he'd want.
Excuse me, but oh, it's only you again. I told you there was only one in existence. Now get lost.
And I don't think these guys are...
I'll just be running along now.
Okay. And there's the voodoo, and that's the sign with the chicken with the pulley in the middle. Is she even here? No, she's not even here.
Hey, I'm back and I'm ready to know more about the future. Guess no one's here.
All right. Easy enough. All right. I need to go to the mansion, which is this way. It's always 10 o'clock in here, huh? Several hours pass and... it's still 10 o'clock at night. Okay. Inventory. Give meat to deadly piranha pools. There.
Important notice. These dogs are not dead. They are only sleeping. No animals were harmed during the production of this game.
Only sleeping.
They're sleeping peacefully.
Man, I should have solved this puzzle a long time ago.
A priceless Ming.
I'll take that. Probably not walk to painting.
I don't recognize the man, but that looks like the dog in the bar.
Why does this seem to be so easy? Oh.
This looks like a job for Fester Shinetop.
Oh. No. Ah. Okay, Muse. Ow.
Better leave this here.
Thanks for coming, Muse. What the? Ow. Wait.
No, not the red button.
Push red button. Look in the lower left. I'm not doing any of this.
It's a big, ugly, hairy yak wearing some wax lips.
Ah.
I can't move it.
Pull tremendous, dangerous looking yak.
I can't move it.
Use staple remover on tremendous, dangerous looking yak. Oh. Walk to books. Pick up Manual of Style.
I'll need this. I must be nuts.
Pick up Waxy Lips.
Heck! Gophers!
Pick up Gopher Repellent. Use Gopher Repellent with Gopher Fur. Use Gopher Repellent with another Gopher. Use Gopher Repellent with Gopher Horde. Use Gopher Repellent with Funny Little Man. Walk 2. Look at Fabulous Idol.
It's beautiful.
Open. Lock.
I can't open it. Uh-oh.
Pick up Heavy Chair. Ow. Oh, I have to use Heavy Chair with Sheriff.
That should hold him for a while. If only I had a file, I could get the idol.
A file to unlock it. Okay. Well, all that. I need a file or something to
No
unlock
time
it.
for reading now.
Really? Okay. I guess if I wanted to go back in there.
I don't see anything special about it.
I'll note that my inventory now has wax lips, gopher repellent, staple remover, a manual of style, and a Ming vase. Huh. Now I'm confused. Now I'm like, what do I use this stuff with? Is there anything I can use this stuff with? Alright, well, for now.
This door appears to be locked.
Okay, I will need the file later. Where to go next? Oh, let's see if our, oh, gopher repellent. That's not quite a rat, but I think our friend in prison might be able to use it somehow.
I told you. I don't have much more to say.
But maybe you will when I give gopher repellent to you.
Hey, this might work on the rats. Thanks. Here's the cake.
Okay. Oh! I think I know what's in this cake. Use cake, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, look! A file. Yeah. If this was one of those kind of games that was like Norden or Bert can neither make heads or tails of it, I bet I would have had a computer file. Or a file folder. Bad joke. And then that way, I could use that file to undo the lock. Ha ha ha. Time to do some rasping.
I've got the file.
Thwomp. I guess Sheriff, this use manual of style with Shredder. Give stylish confetti to heavily armed clown.
Whee!
Throw wax lips in fire. Use file on rhinoceros toenails. Use file on lock. Pick up fabulous idol. There we go. Ow. Oh! Nice.
Whew. That was a close one. At least I got the idol.
But I'm not done with you yet.
Uh-oh.
Thought you could get out of here with the idol of many hands, did you?
Look, I can explain.
So can I. You poisoned the governor's pet poodles.
They're just sleeping.
Broke into her house.
The door was unlocked.
And stole one of her most valuable pieces of art.
No, you've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Well, let's hear your explanation.
It belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum.
Ah!
What's going on here?
I caught this hoodlum making off with your idol, Governor. He says it belongs in a museum.
That's right, it does.
What?
You heard me, Fester. The real question is, how did he get in here while you were on guard? Oh, just go away, Fester. I can handle this.
I'll deal with you later.
I wonder if they call him Fester just because he's
Sorry
got
about him.
he's a bald top.
He's new. I'm Governor Marley. Governor Elaine Marley. So my idol belongs in a museum, eh?
And there's the original Governor Marley. Gee, well, gosh.
Gee.
Relax, Mr. Threepwood. I know why you're here. Believe me, you're not the first who's tried. Although I have to admit, not many get as far as you have.
Golly.
My lookout told me of your arrival. I've wanted to meet you ever since I heard your fascinating name. Tell me, Guybrush.
Guybrush.
Why do you want to be a pirate? You don't look like one. Your face is too... sweet.
Aw.
Girl.
I see. Well, you're obviously not in the mood for idle chit-chat, are you?
Yes, it definitely sounds like
I suppose
Elaine,
you've got
doesn't it?
many more exciting things to do. I won't take up any more of
Daphne
your time, Mr.
Moon.
Threepwood.
Oh, and off she goes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Glingly? I really wish I knew how to talk to women.
All right, so now I have the idol of many fat hands.
It's beautiful.
All right, so I've got the idol. I need to still do the sword master fighting. Oh,
Where do you think you're going, Throom Wade?
Buzz off, Fester.
I think you need to cool off. Hand over your sword.
Uh-oh.
This is the end of the road, my little pantalooned pal. Your troublemaking days on Melee Island are
Trademark.
over. My plans for the governor are far too important and much too near completion to risk letting a would-be pirate like you get in the way. So long, Mr. Spice Cake or Droopface or whatever your name is. This might actually turn out to be a pretty good day.
Mealy Island. Mealy. Mealy, 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 mealy. There we are. Okay, so there's the rusty knife. Come on, I'll get my sword
I
here.
can't reach that from here.
Oh, how about the
I
hacksaw?
can't reach that from here.
Okay, maybe a meat cleaver.
I can't reach that from here.
Or any...
I can't reach that from
Can't
here.
get any of it.
I can't reach that from here.
Even a freaking axe.
I can't reach that from here.
Well, I guess there's only one solution here. And that is... pick up the idol.
I guess I'll be needing a sword. This one will do.
Alright. I'll take that. And I'm done.
Well, that wasn't so hard.
Oh, I love that puzzle.
Now all I have to do is show this stupid idol to the pirate leaders and...
You're alive!
Governor!
Hey!
Yeah, what happens
you
if
can
you leave
talk.
the game running for 10
Who'd have
minutes?
known?
What are you doing here? Come to finish the job?
No, I came down here to save your life. Fester wasn't acting on my orders when he threw you in there.
You came down here to rescue me? I didn't even think you liked me.
Well, our first meeting was a little awkward. You seemed to have trouble forming complete sentences. But then again, so do most of my citizens.
I bet there's a YouTube video of 10
But
minutes.
I'm not one of your citizens. I'm just a drifter. A nobody. A would-be pirate. Who would have known or even cared if you'd let me drown?
Oh wow,
I
he's
would have Guybrush.
look at all these words from
Oh, Threepwood.
Oh, Elaine.
Oh, Guybrush.
Love Muffin.
Sugar Boots.
Honey Pumpkin.
Plunder Bunny.
Blunder
Kiss
Bunny.
me.
No, we mustn't.
What?
Not here, where everyone can see us.
Why? Are you ashamed of me?
No, it's not that at all. It's just that many of these pirates have made advances towards me. And to avoid hurting their feelings, I've always told them that my father made me promise never to fall in love with a pirate.
Well, are you a pirate?
If they see us together, they'll know I was lying.
Okay then. Let's go to your place.
Okay.
Well, Guybrush.
But finish your trials first. I don't want you to be preoccupied.
But
Huh.
I feel this sudden urge to complete the trials. Quickly.
Alright, well, I have... Wait to the dock. Alright. I still need to find out where the sword master is. Swordmaster, Swordmaster, Swordmaster. Who would tell me where the Swordmaster is? I know that at one point I was asking this guy.
I've got my eye on you, boy.
Don't need to be.
Steal anything and I break your legs. What do you want?
I'm looking for the Swordmaster of Melee Island.
Yeah, like I'm gonna fall for that one again.
Oh, please. I won't steal anything this time, I promise.
You have nothing left to steal.
I guess I could hike all the way over there. Again. Be right back.
What if I just followed?
I've got my eyes on you, Weasel Boy. Don't try anything.
Now if he goes this way. There he goes that way. There he goes that way. The shopkeep is Wacko Warner. Oh, that's great. Want to see me make bubbles with my spit? Is that him right there? Huh? Go to the fork. Yeah, he's making a trip. All right. This is how it goes. Funny, I didn't think that this was actually the solution. He takes the walk and you just follow him along. I didn't think that was actually going to be the solution. I forgot. Oh. There we go. That would be awesome to have the three of them all playing it.
I better just stay back here and eavesdrop.
Really?
Hello again, Carla.
I thought I told you to get lost.
Actually, I'm here on business.
Well, now I hear
This
wacko.
kid come into my store, see?
Face it, you crusty old lech. You'd make any excuse just to come out here and bother me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, cut it out. I'm sick of it. Take a hike and don't come out here again. Someone might follow you, and then I'd become another Melee Island tourist attraction.
Hey, it's your loss, baby.
Yeah, right. Now scram.
Hello, Ness. Hello, Swordmaster.
How dare you approach the Swordmaster without permission? Which I surely didn't give you.
I beg your pardon. I must talk to you.
I doubt that. Everyone who comes here is prepared to fight. Let's be honest. You're here to prove yourself to the pirate leaders in hopes of one day being as immoral as they are.
Immoral?
Yep. Nailed it right on the head. Gee, you're smart.
I can tell by the sarcastic expression on your face that you've been fully trained by Captain Smirk.
Captain
Let's get this
Smirk.
over with.
All right, fine.
Every word you say to me is stupid.
Oh, I don't know that one.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
Only once have I met such a coward.
Only... Oh. Only once have I ever met a cow.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with me.
I've got the courage and skill of a master swordsman.
Courage and skill of a master swordsman.
I wanted to make sure you'd feel comfortable with
I
me.
think I'm not getting this right.
You are a pain in the backside, sir.
Ah, your hemorrhoids are flaring up
Your
again.
hemorrhoids are flaring up again, huh?
I see.
My tongue is sharper than any sword.
My tongue is sharper than any sword. I don't think I have this one.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
No.
I hope you have a boat ready for a quick escape.
Why? Did you need to borrow one?
Why? Did you want to borrow one?
I usually see people like you passed out on tavern floors.
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion.
My wisest enemies run away at the first sight of me.
Even before they smell your breath?
Even before they smell your breath?
Oh, this was tough.
If your brother's like you, better to marry a pig.
If your brother's like you, better to marry a pig. How appropriate. You fight like a cow. I guess that's not the right... Oh, no, that's not the
Look
right
behind
one.
you, a three-headed monkey.
All right.
I hope this teaches you a lesson. Now scram.
Oh, and off she goes. Come on. Oh, damn it. Oh, probably the family reunion one was the one about the pig then. Well, I'm sure I can come back. I have to come back. This is not a Sierra game after all. Ah, that's who I have to go to. Sword Masters. Thank goodness it's just like that. You feel called out? Oh yeah, every time I keep mentioning that it's not a Sierra game, right? Rubber tree.
I'm back, and boy, are you in trouble this time.
Let's get this over with. I've got the courage and skill of a master swordsman.
The courage and skill.
And I've got a little tip for you. Get the point?
Nope. Okay. That wasn't right.
My tongue is sharper than any sword.
My tongue.
First, you'd better stop waving it like a feather duster.
If your brother's like you, better to marry a pig.
I'm glad to hear you attended your family reunion.
Oh, that wasn't it either.
My wisest enemies run away at the first sight of me.
Before they smell your breath?
Even before they smell your breath?
My sword is famous all over the Caribbean.
My sword is famous all over the Caribbean.
You run that fast?
Nope.
My name is feared in every dirty corner of this island.
My name is feared in every corner of this island.
So you got that job as a janitor after all.
I hope you have a boat ready for a quick escape.
Why? Did you want to borrow one?
Why? Did you want to borrow one?
Only once have I met such a coward.
He must have
taught you everything you know.
I give up.
Oh.
You win. Well, I hope you're happy. You can go back and brag to all your friends about how you beat the Sword Master. You'll need proof. Here, this should convince them.
But I got another shirt.
It says, I beat the Sword Master.
All right, if this ends the chapter 1 of the trials, I'll probably wrap up after that, but let's just get to the back and let's go back to the pirates and just close the 3 trials off. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, generic scream.
What was that? I'm so confused.
Hey, what are you doing just standing around? The governor's been kidnapped.
What? By whom?
LeChuck's got her on that ship that just sailed off. I'm afraid we've seen the last of her.
So where were you this whole time? Sleeping?
Hey, I'm a lookout, not a bodyguard.
Where did they go?
LeChuck's taken the governor back to his hideout on Monkey Island.
Monkey
I'm afraid
Island.
that no pirate on this island is brave enough to follow him there. But hey, good luck. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. They left this note. You can have it, but I don't think you'll like what it says.
Look at note.
Attention, pirates of Melee. Your governor is alive and well and by my side as she was always meant to be. If you try to find us, you will only meet with horrifying disaster. Yours truly, Captain LeChuck.
Well, I guess I gotta get a band of pirates together now. Oh!
Looks like a fine pewter tankard.
It's quite a cry.
What's wrong, old sot?
The governor is gone. LeChuck and his spectral crew came and got her. They put her in the ghost ship and spirited her away. She was so good to me. Always conveniently losing those health board reports. For a small consideration, of course. What'll become of my business? Oh, woe is me.
What can I do to save her?
You must get a ship and go after her.
Please.
Ghost Pirate's lair is on Monkey Island. Everybody knows that. Don't ask me how. All you need to do is find a way there.
Why should I do that?
Why, for love, my boy.
My
Go tonight.
love.
It's written all over your face.
Love. Where can I get a ship?
Why, it's Smiling Stand's used shipyard. Same as everybody else. Tell 'em I sent you. We're old friends.
Will you join me?
Alas, I cannot go to sea. An old war injury. I'm sure you understand.
War
Get
injury.
me a drink.
Get your own drink.
Right. I'm off.
Good luck. Be sure to wear your mittens. And your galoshes. And don't forget to write. Bye now.
Back to crying. Oh my god, it's just like it looks almost identical. Well, I will take this again. All right, let's see here.
This stuff is eating right through the mug.
Oh, there's a picture in the corner there of the mug with grog. Go. Oh, that is a melting mug of grog. That is a almost melted, that is a gone mug of grog. And was I even looking in the right spot?
been kidnapped.
What?
Here, look at this note.
They kidnapped the governor? That really makes me mad. Oh, I feel like kicking someone. I wonder if she left her place unlocked.
If I let you out, would you join my crew?
Sure! Of course! To my emancipator, I shall be eternally indebted. Until then, I pace.
Till then, I pace.
I don't see anything special about it.
May I help you?
No, it's...
I was just on my way to the governor's mansion.
Are you here for the looting?
Yes, looting sounds like fun now that I'm a pirate and all.
And do you have reservations, sir?
Why, yes, I do have reservations.
I have reservations.
What name would they be under?
It's probably under S, for Shine Top.
Nice try, but we're booked solid for the next 5 hours. But I might be able to squeeze you in around the 2 o'clock hour. Would that be okay?
Yes, that would be fine.
Super. I'll put
Super.
you down for 1 to loot the governor's mansion at 2:30.
Okay, so that mug of grog melted super fast. I did not see a way to get through that very fast, so that quick times, unless I could pass it from one mug to another, but I don't think you can. Ah! Let me grab a couple of mugs anyways and let's give it a shot. Oh, you can pass it between mugs, huh? I just need multiple mugs. Yeah, that seemed like that was going so fast when I was there, so. Use melting mug on mug. Easier in classic mode? Like just do this one? Oh yeah, because look at all the mugs I've got here. Use mug. I can see the mug. Look at those 256 colored ditherings. Use mug with near death to mug. Oh, use pewter wad with mug. I ran out of time. When it starts getting to that pewter wad, I can't actually use it. Basically, when it starts melting, it's already pretty much gone. So I've got to be careful. Well, at least I can let him suffer in silence, or at least my silence. I don't have to hear his crying every time I come in. Come on, Guybrush. Move faster. Come on. Use. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's keep going. Use melting mug with lock.
Hey, great! A drink! I'm real thirsty. Yikes! Wow! And to think I used to drink that stuff. I'm free!
Should I release the
yeah,
rat?
Thanks.
I want to release the rat.
Sucker.
Oh.
But do we still have a deal?
Huh.
I'm sure he'll be back. He gave me his word as a pirate. I think it's welded shut now.
Oh.
Meanwhile, having just
Anybody see
returned
Grim
from
Fandango in
melee,
there? Left-hand
LeChuck
side?
and his crew find their old hiding place in the
Manny
underground
Calavera.
rivers of Monkey Island and drop anchor.
Captain, sir.
not-
I just stopped by to congratulate you on your kidnapping mission.
Oh.
Captain? Captain, are you all right?
Whoa. Nice.
Never felt better. And how fares our prisoner?
Ah, yes, the prisoner. We had a little trouble.
Trouble!
No, nothing to worry about, sir. Everything's under control. She escaped a few times, but we've got her locked up in the brig. No one's getting in or out of there.
For your sake, I hope not.
That is quite the voice.
With years of planning almost destroyed by my death, I'm not taking any chances now.
You took care of Mr. Threepwood then?
Guybrush Threepwood will not be a problem.
I can't even roll
At
my
this very
this.
moment, he's 20 feet underwater. Probably bloated up like a fattened pig. His eyes being eaten out by crabs. Fish pecking at his fingers. Kinda makes you wish you were there to watch.
Ah, yes, sir. Ugh. Sure does at that.
Now, go check on the route. Make sure it's locked up tight.
The route.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright. Well, I want to set the rat free, so let's do this trick one more time. Yeah, I saw that mug really just kind of suddenly change the last possible second. I was very lucky in that regard. I do love that this thing obviously knows both interfaces. It just runs back and forth between them. Like, you can change at any moment. It doesn't matter. It's following both. And it even like changes the aspect ratio to so that you can basically like see the screen, or they've got the new interface. Let's see, use mug with barrel. Maybe I'll be safer this time. When it starts melting, I'll just start swapping it out because I've got 5 of them. I don't have to hold on to all 5 of them at once. Yeah, exactly, because it starts failing right about now. There. Oh, and then I suddenly am like, where's my mug if I go into this interface?
Looks like a fine pewter tankard.
Use. There. Not as easy to use on the new interface. There we go. Is that it? Well, maybe the mouse is back with the people now. With the low moral... No, he's not. But I let him go. Talk to the men with low moral fiber.
Did you know the governor's been kidnapped?
Well, yes, we knew about that.
Why are you just standing around instead of doing something about it?
Yeah. I can only imagine Otis basically was like, what? Why?
Well...
The governor can probably take care of herself.
And we are sort of busy here.
Yeah.
And we've got the circus to think of.
We've got to find the elephant.
Find the rat.
Yeah.
And get rid of these minutes. I'm sorry. We simply can't go at this time.
Nobody wants to join my pirate club.
Excuse me, but do...
Oh,
Oh, it's
it's
only
you
you again. I told you there was only one in existence. Now get lost.
I can only imagine that basically Otis is pretty pissed. Let's see if there's if the voodoo lady is here. And if she's not, then I guess I can head out.
Guess I'll just be going now.
Alright, so I have to... Oh! Right, now I need to go get myself a ship. Isn't it weird that this game came out originally back in 1990 and it just became so memorable that people remembered it, that we've now got, like, and you know what, they even had fun with it in the old one, and they made so many weird references to things, and then now we've got this one, and I wouldn't say it's more serious.
Any sign of the governor?
None.
But
As I said, I fear we've seen the last of her.
Thanks, Lookout. Why would you even bother? To the used ship emporium. There's a lot of lights at the used ship emporium.
Howdy!
There he is. I was wondering where Stan was going to show up.
I'm Stan of Stan's previously owned vessels, and I'd stand on my head to make you a deal. What sort of craft are you looking for?
Oh, he's a...
Big, fast, slow. You want it? I got it. And if I don't got it, I'll get it. I want to make you a deal that you're happy with.
I've always loved how
Because
his
if you're not
arms
happy,
flailed.
I'm not happy. But I know you're going to leave here.
Just like that.
Just look at all these ships. I've got something for everyone. Come, take a look around. So tell me, what are you
He talks with
interested
his
in
arms.
looking at today?
Something not too expensive, but built to last.
Affordable quality. Hey, that's my motto. I've got just the boat for you. Walk this way.
If I could walk that way, I wouldn't need aftershave.
Now I can see you're a no-frills kind of guy, but I can also tell that quality means a lot to you. I mean, just look at the way you dress. Rugged,
Huh.
like this baby. She comes from a land far to the north, where the sea is as unforgiving as the men are tough, and hey, you wouldn't happen to be from there, would you? You just seem to have a sort of Nordic quality about you. Anyway, we're talking about a real value here. How much would you like to spend?
How much do I have?
I have 371 pieces of 8.
I'm glad this ship doesn't have ears, my friend. Because if she did, she'd slap your face. I doubt you're carrying enough cash on you for this transaction. You wouldn't happen to have any other means of finance, would you?
Actually, I was hoping to get one on credit.
Sorry, kid. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's just old Stan's philosophy. If you've got a job, the storekeeper in town might extend you some credit. Then we'd have something to talk about. Unless, of course, you've already got some other means of financing.
Money is no object.
Well, it is with me. How much you got?
All I have is this rubber chicken.
Is it one of those rubber chickens with a
pulley in the middle?
I already got one of those. You wouldn't happen to have any other means of finance, would you?
Would you?
On second thought, this may not be the ship for me.
Okay, but I got 5 other guys coming back to look at this baby today. Don't count on it being here if you change your mind.
I don't know.
What else can I show you?
Don't know about you, but all the people.
I don't really have that much to spend.
Have no fear.
What was I gonna
Every
say?
ship I
I've
sell
lost my
is
track.
a bargain. But if you're looking for a real steal, I've got just the boat for you.
I lost my train of thought.
Walk this way.
Oh, what, that one?
This here is the famous Sea Monkey, the only ship ever to make it to Monkey Island and come back with anyone aboard left alive. Or should I say, anything. You see, the previous owners of this ship were 2 adventurous pirates. They set off, like many before, to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island. And like many before, they disappeared forever.
Huh.
Their fate? A mystery.
And you have their ship.
Almost as mysterious as how this ship returned to Malay Island without a single human aboard.
Ah.
Some claim it was sailed back by a crew of chimps.
Chimps? There aren't any chimps in the Caribbean.
Oh, shut up. It makes a good story. Anyway, this baby's mine now. That is, until someone makes me an offer. Just how much were you looking to spend today?
I'm surprised that they're, like, you know, stands here trying to sell me a ship when basically the governor is missing.
I have 371 pieces of 8.
Look, this is a very reasonably priced ship, but not that reasonable. I don't think you've got the cash for this transaction either. You do have some other means of payment, don't you?
On second thought, this may not be a ship for me.
So let's see.
Okay,
If I don't have the
but
financing.
I tell you, I got a feeling you're going to leave here today with a new, previously owned vessel.
New.
So,
New
what
used.
else can I show you?
That spiffy blue one by your office looks nice.
Of course it does. It's mine. And it's not for sale. What else can I show you?
Let me see the best ship you've got.
Hey, it's nice to meet a man who appreciates quality. I've got just the boat for you. Walk this way.
That's perfectly understandable, Sierra Lad. It is late, and yeah, I have to wrap this up
Now
too.
this,
Good to see you. Thank you
this
for
is
coming
a
to the
ship
stream.
fit for a king.
We will see
I
you
mean, we're
soon.
talking
And I'll probably
15
start up a
stables,
new stream soon.
fireplace in every
Sleep
one.
well.
We're talking 2 pools, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. We're talking rotating ballroom. We're talking heated crow's nest. We're talking 200 feet of ocean-going decadence. And all for one low price. Speaking of price, what kind of price range were you thinking of?
All I have is this rubber chicken.
Is it one of those rubber chickens with a pulley in the middle? I already got one of those. You wouldn't happen to have any other means of finance, would you?
Would you?
I have 371 pieces of 8.
I think we must be talking about completely different ships here. You've obviously been out of the ship market for quite some time. I don't think you've got the cash for this transaction either. You do have some other means of payment, don't you?
On second thought, this may not be the ship for me.
Of course it isn't. You're looking for a much bigger boat, I can tell. So, what else can I show you?
How much do you want for yours?
I told you, it's not for sale. Jeez, you're annoying. But hey, so am I, right? What else can I show you?
Actually, I'd like to go think about it some more.
Sure, think it over. I don't want you to feel pressured or anything. Bye now.
Yeah, no clue.
I forgot
Oh.
to give you my card. And here's something else to remember me by.
A compass?
An extra strong magnetic compass.
With your picture on it.
That's right. It always points directly back here. So if you're looking for a good deal, you know where to go. I'll be right here when you come back. But I can't guarantee that any of these ships will.
Right.
They're moving fast today. Yes, sirree. Can't hardly keep anything in stock.
I always expected his voice to be a little bit
He'll
more,
be back.
to not be like that, but more, alright. Expecting it to be more of a, what do they call it? High-pitched annoying. But it is a good one nonetheless. I probably should wrap this up, seeing that a lot of people seem to have wrapped up their nights as well. And it is late. I was expecting to only go until about 10, and here we are almost 11:30. So, you know what? I'm going to stop right here. Where's my save game? Because I haven't saved any of my games yet. Oh, percent complete. 24%, huh? So I actually have gotten through a quarter of the game already. Okay, fair enough. That being said, I'm going to wrap up, and I hope that everyone's had a great night, and we will see everyone very soon. I will continue to play more of these games for, well, Monkey Island May. I want to get through this one. I want to get through the second one at least before the new one comes out. Hope everyone has a great night. We'll see you all very soon. You take care. Bye.